It's the Moug Show out live at the 91X Flophouse, Coachella weekend #1, and with us, Greta Van Fleet.
Hey, John.
Hey.
I'm good. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Hey, so welcome. You guys having a good time out here?
We
Yeah.
are.
Fabulous.
Sure.
You see this?
Beautiful.
I'm
Scintillating.
coping
off
with
the
an
mountains.
absolutely
Well,
lovely sunburn. I think.
Yeah.
Me too. I'll join you.
Be right back.
Yeah, the sunburn is a problem out here, and as our resident ginger, I am coping
Yeah.
as well as I can. But we're definitely having a good time. Coachella weekend #1. Is this your guys' first experience at Coachella?
Yes.
Yes.
So did you ever come to Coachella? Did you ever visit
No.
and
No.
party? So this is it. This is time #1.
Yeah.
And what do you think so far?
Phenomenal.
You know,
Great culture. It's absolutely wild. Weather's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's a creative renaissance going on out
Yeah.
here. You know. Yeah.
It's wild, and everybody, like, the people are dressed to the nines, and sometimes dressed down to the nines. Like,
Yeah, those
Like-
crazy people.
Sometimes nothing at all, right?
yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
more what I was getting at is the people who are wearing very little clothing. We felt awfully overdressed when we were out there yesterday.
Yeah.
But so Greta Van Fleet, and I'm sure you guys get this question all the time, but we got to know, where did the name come from? Because I don't just assume that any one of you's name is Greta.
We read a bunch of names and threw them in a hat and just drew from it. No, I'm kidding. It was all cut out of a phone book. No,
That's actually a good idea too.
that wouldn't be bad. It kind of was. We were playing a really big show the next day. The first we'd ever played. It was at a festival. God knows how we landed that. You know.
A friend of a friend knew.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's one of those scenarios.
Way back.
And we needed a name, and somebody had suggested there were our former drummer who we had with us only for a year, and went to lunch with his grandfather and came back for like a rehearsal and said, "There's this name I thought would be interesting." Because my grandfather said he's got to go chop wood for Greta Van Fleet, and I thought, "Oh, that would be worth. You know, it's
Boom,
kind of
there it is.
it's ambiguous and it worked." So we took the N out because we knew that it was going to be Greta regardless.
Right,
You
and
know?
it's great because whenever people say, "Oh, have you heard Greta Van Fleet?" Like, "Oh no, I've not heard of her."
Yeah.
She sounds like a lovely lady.
She is.
She is.
That's
Wonderful,
exactly
charming.
what happened to me. Like someone introduced me to you guys, and I was like, I don't know who that lady is.
But we're gonna know who she
ladies.
is.
And trust me, we knew that was going to happen before we even started.
Premeditated. We did it on purpose.
Yeah.
So who all do we have here? If you guys can introduce yourselves.
I'm Sam. I think.
And
Maybe. I know that's it.
that's it.
That's it.
That's all it is.
He sometimes
Simple,
plays the bass
man.
guitar,
Simple.
sometimes the keyboard,
Simply
sometimes
Sam.
on stage,
Simple
sometimes
Sam.
off stage.
Simply Sam, that's what we call
That's
him.
it.
I'm Danny.
Everybody says.
I play the drums.
All right.
I'm Jake, I'm the guitarist.
And I'm Josh. I sing.
I'm
I play the vocals.
You play the vocals.
I play
All
the
right.
vocals. Yeah.
It's a very difficult
Sometimes
instrument to
half
master.
Sack.
So in my understanding is a few of you guys are related and then one's not.
Can you guess?
Daniel's the pariah.
Oh, you prick.
You're the outcast.
He just singled me out right away.
Oh, nice. So the rest of you are all brothers.
Correct.
And
Yes.
I think Danielle had a brotherly
Well,
question.
yeah. So I have to know. You guys are out on the road. Obviously, you know, sibling rivalry.
We hate each other.
Yeah.
Well,
There
so
is-
when you get into it, like, do you have to call mom? Like, how do you do it?
No,
Do,
we
like,
just sue the other guy. You know? We just press charges.
you know, get on ground and wrestle.
There are
you
so
know.
many lawsuits within this band. It is
Sue the
ridiculous.
brother.
You wouldn't believe.
I accidentally sued myself last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Sue the brother, sue the TM, get home, sue the wife.
So we've gone from, you know, like, say uncle to suing. I get it.
Sue the kids. Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely.
It's quite a party. Yeah.
We'd never sue the radio station.
No.
Ever.
No.
I never did.
You won't get much.
They weren't doing anything to ask for anything.
So what's the journey? Because we found out that you guys are, first off, from a pretty interesting hometown, which I think that Danielle wants to-
Yeah. I hear there is the world famous, the largest Christmas
Yes.
store in Frankenmuth, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankenmuth.
So are you guys like all about Christmas? Are you sick of Christmas?
Of
Like, what's it
course.
like?
We're Christmas people.
We're
We love Christmas.
Year round Christmas.
Wear elf outfits.
Yeah.
And,
except at Coachella, of course.
nah, it's too hot.
No.
It's too hot.
Well, I think it
It's too
helps
hot.
that we have like real harsh winters too. That is a part of Christmas. you
Right.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Our summers are not like this. We are all dying.
Well, we were discussing this, that coming from a place like that where Christmas, our impression of that town is that Christmas is everything and everybody lives for Christmas.
It's
So
like Buddy the Elf lives there, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like.
Guys in high school for fighting Christmas trees.
yeah. So the idea was like either they love Christmas and they represent it, or they're over it and they're like, oh, Christmas.
No,
Half and
Christmas
half.
is
I'm not really
great.
privy to that information.
Honestly,
It's kinda
I don't know
50-50,
for the
isn't it?
locals how Christmas it is. Maybe for the tourists.
I don't know.
It's what you make it.
Yeah.
Pick and choose.
This is from people who've never been up that far. Well, anyway, I know you guys had an album that you dropped late last year, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. What was
Yeah,
that?
it was a double EP.
What was that again? I can't remember any.
Yeah, that was a double EP that we did. We kind of had Black Smoke Rising out, and there was kind of a, we said, okay, that was, we put out some material, but there was kind of a pressing, matter to put out more, and I think people were expecting more. So we were like, okay, we don't have that much time. We've been touring and stuff, so we can get in this studio and cut maybe 4 more or however many we can in like 1 week. So we did that, and we combined it with Black Smoke Rising, and made it from the a double EP essentially from the Fires, and it's not really an album per se because it's not totally a complete thought, but yeah, so that's kind of how that came about.
It's a little bit scattered brain, but I think it's a good intro piece. It's a good piece of work to for whoever's about to listen to Greta Van Fleet.
And get an
It's a good
idea, to get an
introduction.
idea, yeah.
Show people what you guys are about.
Yeah,
Show them how you got from, what is it, Frankenmuth? Frankenmuth,
Yeah.
sorry.
Frankenmurt.
That's how the Germans say it.
Show them how you got from
Let's say it like they're angry.
Frankenmuth to Coachella, which has obviously got to be a crazy journey, and you've had some interesting opportunities along the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Plenty,
Trials
plenty.
and tribulations of Greta.
Very crazy stuff. Yeah, it's a weird world to live in for us. There's just so much
Yeah.
strange
Nice, though.
things happening all the time. It's lovely.
It's lovely.
I couldn't see it any other way. It's a very addicting lifestyle.
Yeah,
You
good.
can't just go back to being complacent.
You get home and you're like,
Yeah, then you start.
Oh, time to do something that
Yeah.
self-destructive, right?
And then the
Yeah,
mayor starts
exactly.
getting pissed off. and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, we gotta go, we gotta go.
Well, it's been such an up and down kind of lifestyle for you guys. I think Sam and Denny, you guys both skipped prom because you guys were going on tour with the Struts or opening for them.
Yeah, we skipped prom last year too.
Well, I mean,
I didn't go to prom either. I understand. And once you get a little bit older, you'll kind of be
Aw.
like, there's this thing I'm missing. It's 'cause you didn't go
the
to prom.
prom's this month, isn't it, at our school?
Is it?
Yeah, but we went canoeing instead.
we gotta, we gotta fix that. Like, you guys are famous now. Use that. Like, what, I don't know, celebrity would you guys, like, if you had to pick anybody to go to prom with, who would it be?
Joan Baez.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
Good one.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Very
Probably
cool.
Answered that quickly,
I
too.
think
Yeah.
that's fairly.
That's pretty initial,
Yeah.
pretty-
I might have to fight you for
Yeah,
that
you
one.
know, I feel like you've thought about it.
Boys, boys, anything else?
Chico,
to
they're
top that?
fighting, and I don't want either of them, man.
Look what you've done, Jared.
I-
Now we can sue Jared.
yeah, it happened.
Jerry, consider yourself
Garrett's
sued.
grass is grass.
I was told you're not suing the radio station. so.
No, not the radio station, just you, Jerry.
Just you, Jared. Just you. This is a nasty war.
Well, listen, we're going to wrap things up, but before we go, is there anything that you wanted to share while we got you on with us?
Yeah, I think there's a full-length album we've been working on. It's coming
Yeah.
out in July, hopefully.
your
Sometime
eyes
midsummer. Keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes peeled, your hearts open, and your wishes will be fulfilled. No.
Let the wind take you.
And we can find you on your socials, which are probably at Greta Van Fleet.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Just take a
Yeah.
look around.
Take a look
Wherever you may
around.
be.
They're there. If you're looking, they'll find you, or vice versa. Or God knows. You could go down the wrong in some pornography.
You can find another Greta.
You can't find us, we'll find
Right.
you.
Go down that rabbit hole.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for hanging out at the 91X Flophouse. Enjoy Coachella Weekend #1, and enjoy next weekend, Coachella Weekend #2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thanks so much.
Man.
Thank you.
Not to.